Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be predictions for NXT Vengeance Day 2026. You guys know how these videos go by now, so I'm just going to get right into it. First thing, singles match for the NXT Championship. Joe Hendry, the champion, versus Ricky Saints. My pick is Ricky Saints. Honestly, my opinion on Joe Hendry, I like his comedic character. I like that he's a musician, and I like his theme song. I just never really thought that he was going to be in the main event of NXT. What really needs to happen is they need to have Ricky Saints win the title from Joe Hendry. They need a main event player for NXT Stand and Deliver, and that main event player is Ricky Saints. Like, as much as I like Joe Hendry and as much as I like his championship reign, they need a main event star for the main event, and that is Ricky Saints. So my pick is Ricky Saints. Second thing is a singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Izzy Dame, the champion, versus Tatum Paxley. So this feud has been going on for a couple months now. Izzy Dame has a win over Tatum Paxley, and Tatum Paxley has a win over Izzy Dame. Now, as of recently, Tatum Paxley has had a character change on NXT TV. Her character has become smarter, and she has become a smarter wrestler, and she's not falling for the mind games of Izzy Dame. So I believe with this new smart character, with this new smart wrestler, I think they're finally going to end this feud, and Tatum Paxley is going to win the NXT Women's North American Championship, and that's my prediction. Tatum Paxley is going to become the new NXT Women's Champion, or NXT Women's North American Champion. Third thing, NXT Underground match, Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan. So Lola Vice has a broken hand, and she has currently won all three of her NXT Underground matches. She is currently undefeated in NXT Underground, but she has a broken hand due to Kalani Jordan. And in the process of this, Kalani Jordan has been getting training from Shayna Baszler, a former NXT Women's Champion and a former WWE wrestler, and Shayna Baszler has been training Kalani Jordan for the NXT Underground match. I don't really think this match is in the favor of Lola Vice, even though she's undefeated in the NXT Underground match, and she has been injured. She has been injured. I don't believe that, I don't think Lola Vice is ready. Her hand's broken. Kalani Jordan has been getting advice and training from MMA Shayna Baszler. So this match is not really in favor for Lola Vice. So my pick is Kalani Jordan. Fourth thing is a street fight match. Blake Monroe versus Jada Parker. My pick is Blake Monroe, and here's why. Blake Monroe needs a big win. Now, Jada Parker, from what I know, she had a neck injury. They said she was going to be out for months, and now she's back. Her neck injury healed that quickly. I'm guessing her neck injury was a work then, because if she had a real neck injury, she wouldn't be doing this match. So it was probably a work. But Blake Monroe needs this big win because she's became lost in the shuffle. She lost the NXT Women's North American Championship to Thea Hale, and then she didn't do anything. She's been feuding for Jada Parker for a couple months now, and then she lost to Thea Hale again in the NXT Speed Women's Championship tournament, which they should have never put her in to begin with. And they were saying that she was supposed to be a top star in NXT, a future NXT Women's Champion. What happened to that? Why is she lost in the shuffle now? I really don't understand it. Honestly, Blake Monroe needs this big win. They need to get her back on track. What I heard was she was going to be called up to the main roster, but that did not happen, so Who knows? But she's became lost in the shuffle. Blake Monroe needs this win, so I'm going to say Blake Monroe. That's my pick. Fifth thing, parking lot brawl. Tony D'Angelo versus Dion Lennox. My pick is Tony D'Angelo. Now, I know that possibly Dark State can get involved and screw Tony D'Angelo in this match. But I think Tony D'Angelo has a plan. I think Tony D'Angelo has a couple tricks up his sleeve. I think Tony D'Angelo is going to get the win. Now, if he does not get the win, I think this feud is going to continue into NXT Stand and Deliver, which I don't really want to happen because, well, let me be honest with you. I think Tony D'Angelo should be fighting for the NXT Championship at NXT Stand and Deliver. And Tony D'Angelo, he's been in NXT for years. Yes, I know that he got called up to the main roster and then they didn't know what they wanted to do with him because apparently they were saying that the Mafia gimmick, the Tony D'Angelo Mafia gimmick, didn't really translate to the main roster. So they needed to bring him back down to NXT to feud with Dark State. And really, I think before Tony D'Angelo gets called back up to the main roster, he needs to win the NXT Championship and he needs to have a big match for the title and win the title at some point. So, those are my predictions for NXT Vengeance Day 2026. Please post a comment. What are your predictions and reactions for NXT Vengeance Day 2026? And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I'm going to let this run to 7 minutes and 15 seconds, so I'll see you guys next time. Peace.